The 10 Gen 8 podcast is aimed at a mature audience. It contains themes that are not appropriate for all listeners. It's important to note that we are not experts. We routinely have no idea what we're talking about and are just three idiots sitting around a table. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to the Tangenic Podcast. I'm Seth, and as always with me is John Doe and Swoosh.
Hello!
Hi!
And I think we're going to have to start this off with our continuing ripping apart of this whole thing that's been happening with D&D and Wizards of the Coast, because we're giant... Look, we understand we're like a week behind on this, but look, man, we're giant nerds. We love D&D. I have crap tons of books on my shelf for role-playing games. I have more coming in the mail.
I have an entire bookshelf just of role-playing stuff. Like, we went down this rabbit hole. We've drunk the Kool-Aid. This affects us in many ways.
Well and fucking truly.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
So, I don't care if we're late to the table on this. We're still going to talk about it.
You're going to get our opinions.
We only record once a week. We can't fucking do daily shit. We're gonna be a week behind when shit fucking happens. Suck it up, sunshine.
So, I believe you've got the first bit on this one, John Doe.
So
with the leak from the
email leak, which is pretty much boils down to the only thing in the way of Hasbro and their money are the fans. Like, yeah,
it's their money. We're in the way.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Which is just like an unnecessary thing to have sent around to fucking everyone. But for it to have leaked, that's not just fucking a bit of tinder on the fire. That's a fucking jug of petrol. That's just...
Oh, yeah, definitely.
If it was ever going to go quiet, not after that. Holy fuck.
It's also cartoonishly evil. Like, this is what you see like from a cartoon CEO. Like...
Yeah.
This shouldn't be real. This is not...
No.
Like, it shouldn't be... Oh, no, it's our money. They're just in the way of it. We have to fuck them over and we'll take their money. It's like... Mate! The fuck? So, calm your farm. If you look after your audience, they tend to give you more money.
So, in the email, it states that they briefly delayed the rollout of the OGL changes due to the backlash. The decision-making is based entirely on the provable impact of their bottom line. Specifically, they're looking at D&D Beyond because it's the quickest interaction they can get with money. Which really led into a massive fucking cancellation of D&D Beyond subscriptions. I cancelled mine. I know about 20 other people in town who did as well. And if you look at the D&D subreddits or any of the Discord servers you're on, every single one of them is like, cancel D&D Beyond. Like, holy fuck, they had a mass exodus.
So, there's a really interesting thing that happened with that. So, the... cancellation system for D&D Beyond crashed.
Yeah.
I don't know how to more audibly air quotes that.
Yeah.
And then when it came back online, it was suddenly a lot harder to get to the cancel your subscription section of the website. It was like someone hit the button.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then someone started putting up the URLs to the direct page.
Yeah.
But it's like, once the mass cancellation started, it really sounds like someone tried to damage control that.
Like
they tried to stem
gone,
the flow of the
fuck. Take it down. Like,
trapped them. They can't move.
The last point of this email is that they're still hoping the community forgets, moves on, and they can still push this through. That ship is long fucking sailed.
That is some fucking wording right there as well.
Oh, yeah.
It's there's no mention of forgive there. It's like, no, they'll forget.
Yeah.
They'll move on from this.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that is a kind of trackably true thing with online stuff. Once the next biggest thing happens, the last biggest thing tends to get forgotten, and that'll guarantee 100% is what they're banking on with that statement.
But generally, yes, but D&D players, as we all know, are fucking petty and pedantic.
Oh yeah.
It's the whole thing. They've released a document they didn't think anyone would go through to a group of people that meticulously go through fucking documents.
Yeah. Looking for the slightest variation in the rules that we can exploit.
Yeah.
Like, what did they think was going to happen? There is an entire subset of D&D players called rules lawyers. Many of them actual lawyers.
But even if they were banking on something else happening that will brush this under the carpet, it's the beginning of the fucking year. Nothing's due to come out. Nothing has happened. This has held the focus for a long fucking time.
And literally every other role-playing system just has to not fuck up for the next few months.
Even if they
And
did,
they are
just
golden.
not fuck up as big.
Yeah. I mean,
Hell, they don't even need. Right now, they're gonna grow.
Yeah.
oh yeah, definitely.
Many of the little it was actually something I found out recently. Like the actual mechanics of how D&D is played are not copyrightable.
Yeah,
No.
It's the
It's certain
expression of them
terms.
that are. No, it's not the terms. It's the expression.
Yeah.
The actual way in which D&D functions with the dice rolling and the stats is the expression of it, and that can be copyrighted as well as trademarks like the name Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
But the actual numbers and dice and all of the mechanics cannot be copyrighted. So all those little guys who are like, we're just going to go do our own thing. Yeah, they can very easily.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
confused by that. I thought it was going to be how you're going to spend months making your own system. No, they can literally just copy paste D&D and change the way it's expressed, and bam, done.
Yeah.
It'll take them a month tops.
But even going
much.
through it and they don't actually own the copyright to a lot of the monster manual. A lot of them are lifted
public
from
domain, huh?
Yeah, a lot of them are lifted
and
from
mythology.
other stories and myths and legends, that kind of shit. One of the few they own is Beholder, I believe it is. But they own specifically a Beholder as it's described. But you can describe something very similar and just call it something
Minimal
else.
effort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really all
Well,
it
the
takes
thing
to
is-
pass it across.
Honestly, what I really want is just for the guy, Tolkien's, I think it's his great-grandkid or someone who now runs the estate, to come out and say, I no longer allow you to have permission to use elves and dwarves, because they were originally coined by Tolkien. I think it did hit public domain eventually. But just the whole thing was like, you know what? Fuck it. You don't get to have that anymore. That's our thing.
Even then, you'd change the name slightly the same way G-Dub did for orcs.
Yeah.
But point is, it's not that hard for these small guys to jump ship, to do whatever they want. And then you had the big announcement of Paizo, who make the biggest competitor supplement to D&D, at least that I'm aware of, Pathfinder, we're going to make our own one. And we're going to make it have an open license. And they've even gone so far that they're going to develop the license and then go find one of those open source organizations, not this one, but the ones that work for Linux,
Yeah.
and give the system to them.
Yeah.
So they won't have control of it. It will be from one of these open source charity groups.
Well, not just that. Before we started the preamble to all of this, you mentioned that one of the lawyers who works at Paizo is the original OGL creator.
He was the one who
Worked on,
helped them pen up the original OGL. Works for Paizo.
Yeah.
So even if Watsy decides to come after fucking Paizo for anything to do with Pathfinder, not only they also have two of the guys who worked at Watsy during the time when the original OGL was written.
Yeah.
It's come at us, bro.
Yeah. But
it's-
even previous to all of this, for helping the growth of Pathfinder and a few other systems, I still get a lot of bundles from Humble Bundle and various other things. And last year they did a bundle that had the Pathfinder 2.0 or 2E Player's Handbook. And a couple of months later they had one with I think it's a GM book, but they had adventures, maps. For a couple of bucks, you got quite a lot of content for Pathfinder.
Yeah.
And that was fucking awesome. Dungeons and Dragons have never done that. Where you could get any of their content for a significant fucking discount, or at a bundle that doesn't cost you almost or over $100 fucking bucks. Fucking oath.
Yeah. The weird thing is, they drew in so many people with, Stranger Things brought in a lot of new people to D&D. But then there was things like 5th edition, which made it really easy for people to get into role-playing games. And now they've done this, and all these people who have recently joined probably don't understand a lot, but they have friends who have brought them into the community. And those friends are going, we're not doing this anymore, here's a new system.
Yeah.
And that's just going to bleed out. They are going to lose so much faith from this already, And the smaller RPGs are going to rise, and it's going to be a really fun thing to watch.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the things that happened, like I'm a big proponent of Savage Worlds as a system.
Oh yeah.
I'm on a bunch of their fan pages, and when this all started, a bunch of the community guys, and I'd like to point out this was with no influence from Pinnacle Entertainment, the guys who own Savage Worlds. They basically went, look, there's going to be a lot of people sniffing around this system. We want to be welcoming. Let's set up a buttload of virtual tabletop sessions with one-shots to get people in. So they're not just looking at the system going, oh, I don't know. You'd be like, no, jump in the Discord, come over here, we'll get you in a game, and you can actually play and try it out. Yeah. And that's just, like, the communities are so welcoming. Like, D&D is just going to hemorrhage.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of that's probably, all right, community, hold your shit for, like, 3 weeks. Like, let's get some new people in before we show what kind of people you actually are. Let them enjoy the game first.
Oh, look let's face it, nerds are kind of basement-dwelling troglodytes at the best of times. But everyone's putting their best foot forward right now.
Every group has their neck
Get
beards.
a haircut, brush your neck beard, at least look presentable.
Yeah,
we'll get some more players.
Put some deodorant on for once. Like, be fine.
Have a wash.
All this stuff was happening with no words from WotC.
No.
Yeah.
Complete silence.
That was one of the dumbest fucking things they did. They let this simmer for so fucking long because
that was them really banking hard that people would move on, weren't they? Like,
they were banking on like someone doing something to fucking draw the spotlight, and it just never came. That simmering pot just boiled and got fucking
I just
worse.
imagine them calling up Will Smith. Can you just go and slap him again? Just go find Chris Rock and slap him in public, please.
Just going on the little black book. I don't know. Where do you stand on the N-word? What are your thoughts on Nazis? Someone say fucking something.
Someone give us a soundbite, please.
I mean, let's face it, not saying anything was the first mistake they made, and the second mistake they made was the fucking response they actually gave.
Oh, yeah, that piece of shit.
We're gonna go through this thing, and we've got some feels. Okay, so I'm gonna read each bit, and then we can talk about it. So, starts out. When we initially conceived of revising the OGL, it was for 3 major goals in mind. First, we wanted the ability to prevent the use of D&D content from being included in hateful or discriminatory products.
Bullshit.
Under the original OGL, they could already do that.
Yeah, that was already factored in.
They could revoke a license, so it was already a thing. This isn't something new you were trying to put into this revision.
No.
Yeah.
Second, we wanted to address those attempting to use D&D in Web3 blockchain games and NFTs by making clear that the OGL contents is limited to tabletop role-playing content like campaigns, modules, and supplements. Get fucked, because Hasbro is already using NFTs.
Yeah.
If you didn't know about this, there's they recently put out a figure for the Megazord from Power Rangers. There is a limited run variant of it in black and gold. You can only buy it if you've bought the NFT.
Yeah.
The NFT is the key to the sales portal. Get fucked, you give a shit about that.
Oh,
You
yeah.
just didn't want other people doing it,
Exactly.
not you.
Like, they didn't give a shit about it. It was cutting into their profits.
And
That's not acceptable.
No one was doing it. Like, no one had even put out a limited run of Monster Manual shit. Like, there was so
The
many
only
fucking
stuff I'd seen
opportunities
for
to do
people
it.
making their own monsters and then making an NFT for that, maybe. That was all I could think of. But half the time, that's their own monster. It's not owned by D&D.
Like,
So
it's another point of bullshit.
Yeah.
So, they want to address any attempt at Web3, only so that they can do it.
Exactly.
And third, we wanted to ensure the OGL is for the content creator, the homebrewer, the aspiring designer, our players, and the community. Not
Bullshit.
major corporations to use for their own commercial and promotional purposes.
Bullshit.
Did
That
someone
is a
tell that to
direct-
Hasbro?
That is a direct shot at Pazeo, at Critical Role, Dimension 20, all of these other groups that are using D&D's products to make money. That is a direct shot at them.
It's a direct shot at them, the people that helped make D&D as big as it fucking is.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not a big fan of Critical Role. It's not a franchise I've ever really gotten into.
No.
I know a lot of other people like it, and I am very aware that a lot of people I know of in real life got into D&D because of Critical Role.
Though,
Same.
You try being a new fucking DM when everyone else that's playing has only watched Critical Role. Holy fuck, that's a challenge.
It really
I mean,
is.
Like, do you do all the voices? No, I fucking don't. I don't give a fuck. I just want to play the game.
I'll occasionally do a bit of a voice, but then I'll immediately forget what voice I gave that
Yeah.
character and have to go back later.
Yeah, fucking.
Or I'll do it for like 5 minutes, and then halfway through their speech, I'll stop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But for one, none of us are paid actors. We're not here to fucking do this for a living. I'm here for shits and
We're-
giggles because I want to play the game. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm not doing the fucking voice.
I'm not
You've
a
got a
voice
description
actor.
of the
Fuck you.
character.
Like,
Be thankful.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's just paragraph 1.
Yeah.
Driving these goals were 2 simple principles. Our job to be good stewards of the game, and 2, the OGL exists for the benefit of fans. Nothing about those principles has wavered for a second. You're being pretty shitty stewards of the game right now because you
fucking
clearly
oath.
want to monetize the fucking shit out of it.
And
Oh, yeah.
like in that investor call I had last year, it wasn't that it wasn't making money; it was under monetized.
Yeah.
That's because they hired someone from Microsoft who openly stated that microtransactions were good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's not that it wasn't
one of the things,
making
like, it's
money;
not making
it wasn't
enough
profitable.
money.
Yeah, we can
It's always
we
been
can
profitable,
scrape more
like-
pennies here.
Yeah.
So, next. That was why on early drafts of the new OGL included the provisions they did. That draft language was provided to content creators and publishers so their feedback could be considered before anything was finalized. In addition to language allowing us to address discriminating and hateful conduct and clarifying what types of products the OGL covers, our drafts included royalty language designed to apply to large corporations attempting to use OGL content. It was never our intent to impact the vast majority of the community. So, 1, you weren't soliciting feedback. This was supposed to go live on the 13th.
Yeah,
They
That's
also
not
only
a
gave like
feedback period.
what was
Yeah,
it? They only gave
that's-
a week for people to go through an entire document, put to their staff, all that kind of stuff. Like this was rushed.
That's
in an
not
attempt
a
to get them to
draft.
sign.
A draft is something you put out there and you take feedback on. This was
Yeah.
out there.
This is a
sign
final
or
product.
no. Yeah,
Yeah.
but a draft
I mean,
is something
given the
you're
fact that-
working on still. Holy fuck, this was not being worked on.
Yeah. They are trying to use deliberately flowery language to distract people, and
Yeah.
it really annoys me.
They're straight out
I mean,
trying
they-
to gaslight that. No, it was a draft. It was a draft. We're sorry, it's a draft.
Yeah.
They point out in this response that they're delaying the OGL. If it was a draft, you're not delaying the OGL.
No.
You're
Yeah.
taking the feedback.
Yeah, you're continuing to work on. You're not delaying.
Honestly,
And,
like
again, earlier on they pointed out that they don't like corporations making money, and then
Yeah.
they go, "Oh, but we put into the thing ways that we could make money off of those corporations."
yeah.
And I remember reading somewhere that they've delayed it and it will no longer be called OGL 1.1. It'll be OGL 2.0. So it's
Yeah.
it's
Again,
not an update
not a
to this
draft.
one. It is a completely from scratch release.
Redo.
Yeah,
So, next we got, however, it is clear from the reaction we rolled a 1. It has become clear it is no longer possible to fully achieve all 3 goals while still staying true to our principles. So here's what we're doing. Guys, you fucked up hard. Don't joke.
but
Yeah.
and
Take it seriously.
none of those 3 goals were staying true to the principle of the original. So
Absolutely.
they can't stay true to any of those 3 goals if they want to keep their principle.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
we can't fully achieve all 3. You can't achieve 1. Like, that's fucked up language right there. Oh, we're sorry.
Oh, yeah.
We've rolled a 1. Yay, we're part of the community.
The second
Fuck
they
off.
said, like, we rolled a 1, it's like, don't you fucking try and
Yeah.
be the friend at this point.
Yeah.
You don't
No.
get to make jokes. That's
No.
our shit.
Yeah. Take it seriously. You fucked up super hard right now.
Oh, yeah.
This is not jokes time.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next OGL will contain the provisions that will allow us to protect and cultivate the inclusive environment we are trying to build, and specifically that it covers only content for TTRPGs. That means that our expressions such as educational, charitable campaigns, live stream complays, virtual tabletop use, etc., will remain unaffected by any OGL update. Content already released under 1.0A will remain unaffected. You weren't going after education and charity.
No.
Don't fucking put it in there
No.
like you did.
Yeah.
You were never going for them.
No.
You wouldn't have won if you had.
Yeah.
Don't put it down
I
like it's a
honestly,
win.
I don't understand their hatred for podcasts and all those kinds of things, or any streamed content, because that's just free fucking advertising.
Absolutely.
Like,
Their problem is you might actually play through one of the modules that just got released, and then having watched the entire module be played, you won't buy it.
I don't know.
But
I don't
honestly,
know any,
I don't even use modules.
I don't know any streamers that do play through the main content.
Yeah.
A lot of them play through their original fucking stories or their original fucking worlds. Like, there might be a few that review it or might say a bit of stuff about it, but like I've got quite a few of the modules mainly because I read through them and get an idea for shit that I want to do. Like, but I don't know anyone that fucking just, okay, we've got a module, we're going to read through it page for page.
There's also the fact that a module can go so many different ways. Because it's, sure, you've seen one playthrough, but a different playthrough will go a completely different way. Lean into that.
The player factor. Like, okay, we've got a module, and you've completely abandoned it. Okay, we're going to lead to this part of the world, and I guess I'll lead you to this other module. Yay!
Modules, I swear to God, I think, Seth, you've mentioned it before, they're built on the premise that players will be good.
Yeah.
Most of the ones I've ever read are generally the players are going to be the heroes. Most players I've ever had at a table, most of them are douchebags.
Yeah.
Most of them are anti-hero at best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
And very quickly become murder hobos who just, where's the next step? They're XP junkies,
And I say
straight
that
out.
as a DM and a player.
Oh, yeah.
We are dicks.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Straight out, they are straight out XP junkies who just itching for that next fucking hit.
Like, I have been playing good characters before. I was playing a druid who was technically, like lawful good. And he ended up trying to become, like, the power behind a throne by, essentially prompting a young lord and, like, giving him guidance every 5 seconds to make sure he did things. It's like,
I mean, in the campaign we last played with you, Swoosh, we all played guards of a city. And by the end of that, we basically ran a crime syndicate.
yeah, you essentially took organized crime off the table by taking over organized crime.
What else are you going to do? That
worked.
just makes sense.
We can't say you were corrupt guards. You never once took a bribe.
No.
Like,
Not once.
you always made sure the poor and destitute were looked after. Like, it was just, you were dicks to the upper class, and that's how it worked.
Oh, yeah, we were.
There is
Oh, yeah, we
absolutely
were.
nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
That
it was
ticks
great.
so many boxes.
Yeah.
But the point is, I don't think that that's necessarily what they're shooting at. I think they're shooting at people who might actually play through a module.
Yeah.
So, next. What it will not contain is any royalty structure. It will also not include the license back provision that some people are afraid was us a means for us to steal work.
It was.
The thought never crossed our mind.
It did.
Under the new OGL, you will own the content you create. We won't.
Bullshit.
Any language you put down will be crystal clear and unequivocal on that point.
Bullshit.
The license-back language was intended to protect us and our partners from creators who incorrectly allege that we steal their work simply because a coincidence in similarities.
Bullshit.
As we continue to invest in the game that we love and move forward with partnerships in film, television, and digital games, the risk is simply too great to ignore. The new OGL will contain provisions to address that risk, but we will do it without the license back and without suggesting we have rights to the content you create. Your ideas and imagination are what make this game special, and that belongs to you. Now, this is actually something they need to worry about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of the things that, like, a lot of comic book artists are like, don't show me your work.
Yeah.
Don't show me characters you've come up with, because
Same with, like,
if I
novelists
make
and
some-
things. Like, I won't read your novel because then if I take something by accident, bad things happen.
So you can be like, you were inspired by me, and this kind of thing. So it is a reasonable thing for them to be concerned about. But the way they wrote it in that 1.1 document was basically, yeah, we got your shit, it's ours. Fuck
Yeah.
off.
Fight us. You signed it away. Go away.
No, you can't even fucking sue us. You can't do anything. We just own your shit. You made it with something that we made, so it's ours now. That's how it fucking reads.
But they, look, like I said, it is something they need to be concerned about, but they definitely need to write the wording on it significantly better.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, definitely.
A couple of last thoughts. First, we won't be able to release the new OGL today. Shock horror.
Gasp.
Because we need to make sure we get it right, but it is coming. Second, you're going to hear people say that they won and we lost. Making your voices heard forced us to change our plans. It fucking did. Those people will only be half right. They won and so did we. No, you fucking didn't.
No.
And I'd like to point out something that I saw in a video that I actually think is really insidious about this paragraph. It implies that the fight is won.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
it's done. It's fucking not.
No.
No.
It is not won by any means. The new OGL is still coming. We still need to be ready for whatever the fuck it actually says.
This particular minor skirmish is over, but the war is not over. Like, it's
Yeah,
still
no.
fucking going. Like,
And we gamers are petty and vindictive. we will hold a fucking grudge.
Oh yes. If there is one group of people you do not piss off, it's gamers. They are vindictive people.
Yeah. Like, at this point, I refuse to buy anything D&D branded again.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I have entire shelves full of D&D stuff. Like, I'm just not going to get anything new. Fuck them. I don't trust them. I'm literally just going to switch across to Savage Worlds more. I have so
Yeah.
much more of their content at the moment to sift through.
I mean, let's face it, with them releasing the conversion for Pathfinder, the
Yeah.
one thing I played from D&D, which was Pathfinder, I don't need D&D for anymore.
Pretty much. I can jump across to Savage Worlds and comfortably have every kind of setting I want. And because of the way they're structured, I can use any setting with any other setting.
Oh,
Like-
and not to suck on Pinnacle's dick any harder. They
definitely
actually,
will,
when this announcement happened, it wasn't ready to go live, but they did announce that in the next couple months, they are starting an entire new website for Pinnacle's content that is directly designed about promoting third-party content.
Yeah.
They already had it in the pipe. It wasn't ready to go live, but they announced it because, let's face it, a lot of people are worried about third-party licensing. And Pinnacle's like, no, we're literally making a brand new portal so that we can pimp your stuff.
Oh, yeah.
that
Because they see it as free advertising and they love it.
fucking it's like the dumbest thing, like, besides all of the dumb shit they've done, was the time saying fucking nothing. Like, they
Yeah.
could have been addressing concerns. They could have been saying fucking something. They could have had a panel of fucking lawyers and do a fucking live stream and gone through the whole fucking thing and spelled shit out. But they said nothing. So it just
Yeah.
made the fucking community angrier.
That silence was deafening, and
Yeah.
that's what really prompted, like, the first wave of people cancelling their D&D Beyond thing was bad, and then they doubled down. It's like, you gotta lose more, guys.
Right, so
And
we're
they
up to the last paragraph of this thing. Our plan was always to solicit the input of the community before any update to the OGL.
Bullshit.
Now, I've been trying to read all of the paragraphs before we talk about it, but get fucked.
Yeah.
We only found out because someone who decided your NDA wasn't worth it and that they leaked it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the only reason we know. So get fucked. You wanted to solicit input from the
Again, this
community.
wasn't a draft. This was a rollout.
No.
They were pushing for this. They weren't
Yeah.
looking for
And
feedback.
the only way the community would have known is if someone had gone through and looked at the OGL page after it had changed and gone, oh,
Yeah.
fuck, this is different.
They were hoping to sneak this by so they could just pop up in a few months and go, actually,
Yeah.
this is ours now.
So, continuing. The drafts you've seen were attempted to just that. We want to always delight fans and create experiences together that everyone loves. We realize we did not do this time, and we are sorry for that. Our goal was to get exactly the type of feedback on which provisions worked and which did not, which we ultimately got from you. Any change this major could only have been done well if we were willing to take the feedback, no matter how it was provided. So we are. Thank you for caring enough to let us know what worked and what didn't, what you need and what scares you. Without knowing that, we can't do our part to make the new OGL match our principles. Finally, we appreciate the chance to make this right. We love D&D's devoted players and the creators who take them so many incredible adventures. We won't let you down. Get fucked!
Absolutely.
No,
literally-
you only care about my money. You
Yeah.
don't care about me.
Yeah. Fucking
They
oath.
spat in the face of creators, and now I was like, oh, no, that's just rain. Like,
And,
don't
like-
piss on me and tell me it's raining,
Go on
guys.
there.
Fuck
We're
off.
willing to take feedback, and you provided it. Like, we know you're scared. Fuck you, cunt. Like,
Yeah.
We're not scared, we're angry.
Fuck, there
we're
is a
not
big
little boys
fucking
hiding in our
difference.
basement.
Yeah.
We're fucking pissed.
yeah.
Like, I don't know how they expected this to get past anyone, especially when rules lawyers are brought into the mix. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Unless they just didn't expect or didn't think people were smart enough.
But even for this, like, the condescending language they've used, the whole thing of it, this isn't going to simmer the community down. This isn't going to take the burner off. If anything,
Well,
this
it's
is going to
already
make
turned on them.
fucking
Like,
oath.
The big one in that last paragraph, we wanted to know what you need and what scares you.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
not fucking afraid,
No.
Watsy,
No.
Hasbro.
Who is
Honestly,
fucking...
Jump shit. We'll go play other
yeah,
games.
we have
I think
options. They don't.
I don't
They're
think
the
they
ones that are
expected people
scared.
to have options.
No.
I think that they expected people go, oh, it's the only game in town, and would forget other options exist.
Yeah.
Like, there are entire fan games that have been made, like, entire systems made by fans that are amazing. It's just, you have to be in the fandom to find them.
Like, at
And-
this point, like, Hasbro and Watsy are very much the builders of Titanic. Like, this is too big to fail. No. They can't go anywhere else. This is the biggest thing. Everyone's going to want to be on this, and nothing else is going to be fucking worth it. But there are more fucking boats in the ocean, and
Yeah,
they've built their own fucking iceberg for this. Jesus.
they really
yeah.
fucking have, and they're plowing straight ahead at it.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, they see it coming. It's like, we could turn, but no, we're going to hold the course.
And all they've done is make anyone they thought was like a minor competitor into a serious one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Paizo now having their own system and being able to give that to anyone who wants it. Dude, you just turn the guys who are like a barnacle on your ship. They're bigger than ever now.
Yeah, yeah.
You
Yeah.
just catapulted them.
They've gone from
You have
barnacles
released
to
a Kraken.
krakens. Yeah, straight out.
Yeah.
They're just going to tear at the guts out of it. Well, it's like, they're literally shoveling fucking players and fans onto other systems at this point.
Yeah.
It
And
feels
those
like...
other systems are open arms. Let's
Oh,
go.
yeah.
Fucking oath.
It's like, all I can imagine is those things going, no, this is ours, this is fine, you have to be here. It's like, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suddenly, it's a very empty room, and you realize you are a much smaller fish in a much bigger pond.
Fucking oath. Like, you've gone from a small fish tank to a fucking ocean, and yeah, now you're fucking drowning.
Add the fact that, can you imagine what Gygax would have said about this shit?
After they fucking stabbed him repeatedly in the back. Probably,
Yeah.
well, I've seen this fucking coming.
Like, this D&D, when you look back into the history of it, they do have a history of some fucking stupid things.
Yeah.
Like, fucking over Gygax, the original creator, was one of the big ones.
But, like, surely they could have seen this from looking at 4th edition. Like, it went from a massive fucking fan base of 3 to 4,
Yeah.
where there was no fucking OGL, and how fucking strict they were with it. Near fucking killed it then and there. Then they brought out 5 with an OGL, and it fucking flourished. There's your
Yeah.
data point right fucking there.
Yeah.
The data point being, if you try and rule nerds with an iron fist, they will rebel.
Fucking
And
oath.
they rebel hard.
Oh,
It's been
It is
dumb.
mind-boggling. The more I see about this, the more I'm like, how did no one think this was gonna go bad?
Also, I like to imagine, remember that one episode we did, which was mostly just sports ball?
Yeah.
If we ever just found one poor bastard who just, they talked about the sports ball, I like that, and now just listening to us going, the fuck is this?
sports ball done good.
These guys have spent 33 minutes bitching about a pen and paper game.
Yes.
Fuck you.
and
Don't-
you need to
don't
play
mess
that
with our
pen and paper
imaginary
game.
world.
You need to play that fucking pen and paper game, and you need to understand it, because it is fucking good, and it's better than fucking sports ball.
Actually, no, I've just realized why the D&D community was so adamantly against it. It's like, they're coming for our imaginary worlds. Fuck you, no, that's the only place I can hide from real life. You're not taking my special mystery fantasy world away.
I will burn it down, I will burn you down, and I will go and build another one. Fuck you.
I will sink this ship to kill the captain. Like, done.
On the topic of watching things just slowly burn themselves out, what the fuck is happening with Ubisoft these days? Like,
I don't know. What is, like, which dumpster fire do we start with, though?
I mean, like, the big ones, like, They've cancelled. They've delayed or cancelled more games. At least 3 that we're aware of. Skull and Bones, which was announced back in 2013, is now kicked out to a 2023 to 2024 release date. So it could come out next year. It's not even guaranteed this year. I don't understand what the fucking deal is. They keep saying, no, we're a healthy company. We're not looking for someone to buy us. Dude, people are hanging around being like, man, that IP looks nice. I wonder how long before we can have it.
Yeah. It's so strange. It's someone who is, like, clearly dying of thirst is just collecting all the water they can and not drinking it. It's like, no, we can't use this.
Like, I think the statement they made recently about Skull and Bones is probably the best one, which was, players will be able to discover the beauty of Skull and Bones in an upcoming beta phase. Guys, this game's been in development for that fucking long. You shouldn't be in a beta phase.
You should be past that.
Fucking Zeta phase by now.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But you've gone through the alphabet, now you're going to Alpha next.
The additional time has already paid off and brought impressive improvements to its quality, which has been confirmed by recent playtests. I don't fucking know who the fuck's been saying that. I've not seen a single video from any of the YouTubers I like.
Yeah.
You know, most of them are quite big YouTubers.
Who the
They're
fuck
not
are
little
doing
fish.
these playtests? Really? Like, friends and family?
The QA testers, that's who's doing the play test.
It's the night janitor. He's doing it.
Yeah.
This is pretty fucking cool looking. My kid will really like it.
I like
Anyway,
this, I can be on the ship.
my kid will like it. And you need your waste baskets empty? Because I'll go do what I'm paid for. Please.
Please let me leave.
We believe players will be positively surprised by its evolution. We have decided to postpone its release in order to have more time to showcase a much more polished and balanced experience and build awareness. Guys, this thing's fucking bank worth is tanking the longer you fucking take.
Fucking oath.
No one cares about Skull and Bones.
Yeah.
It's like, we didn't want
Is already
evolution.
dead.
Yeah. We didn't want evolution at all. We wanted just Black Flag without the assassin nonsense. That's all we wanted.
We wanted Black Flag 2. Be a fucking pirate.
Yeah.
Like,
I would still, even if it was still the Animus, I would have played it. As long as the assassin shit was somewhere else that I didn't have to touch at all.
No, just
I would happily play it.
cut the fucking where you snap back to the current world out of it completely. Just make it a pirate adventure. Like, I don't care.
Let me play
Anything
an upcoming pirate. That'd be fine.
Yeah. But
It'd be amazing.
Just thinking of, like, Ubisoft, the most recent release was that Mario Rabbids game that I can think of.
Yeah. Spark of
Hope, I believe it is.
Yeah.
Before that, the only other release I can think of is Far Cry 6.
And that was not great.
That was October 2021. And they're about to release a Game of the Year edition of Far Cry 6. It didn't win any Game of the Year awards.
It didn't even get nominated, did it?
No, it didn't get nominated for jack shit. And they want to charge $150 for it.
Like, then how can they slap that on there? That should be technically...
Because now Game of the Year is pretty much just the stand-in word for collection. It just includes all the DLC.
Ultimate Edition or something.
Yeah, now it's Game of the Year edition. No, it's fucking not. It wasn't Game of the Year for anything.
Yeah.
That's just fucking wrong. But I can't think what came out before fucking Far Cry 6.
Without looking it up, I don't know.
Far Cry 5?
Look, I'll look it up. I'll find out. Hang on.
Like, it's all I can think of. Like, that's all I know. I can't think of anything worth playing that they've put out in the last few years.
Okay, here we go. Ubisoft. Let me get their games list.
But like they announced the new Assassin's Creed. The few games apparently they meant to have in the works for that. There's meant to be a few.
I want Assassin's Creed to die. I don't care about Assassin's Creed anymore. I haven't in a long time.
No, like when they started to go more RPG, it went fucking downhill quickly. When it was like Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, like the trilogy of Assassin's Creed 2, that was peak Assassin's Creed, and after that it went down fucking hill. They tried to go in the wrong fucking direction there.
After Black Flag, it went in a very bad direction.
I'd say the Assassin's Creed 2 trilogy and Black Flag are the two pinnacles, but they're pinnacles for different fucking reasons. Like,
honestly, the day that they actually release Skull and Bones, I will just relaunch Black Flag and play that again.
Yeah.
Like, fuck them. I will happily play like a 12, 13-year-old game instead of their new one. I'm pretty sure from what I've seen in the playtests, the graphics are better with Black Flag.
I think you'll find that before Far Cry 6, the previous release was Valhalla.
Oh, God, that was I could not finish that game.
Okay, here we go. I've got the list up.
Valhalla and the DLC, that's like all I can think of before that.
Yeah.
And they've tried several times to do fucking battle royales and that kind of shit. Like that Ghost Recon Frontline, that's one that got axed, and like nobody wanted that game. That fucking died hard.
I'm kind of glad battle royales are dying.
You wanted the game that came before Far Cry 6?
Yep.
Yeah.
Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game, the complete edition. And if you want the actual full game that came out before that, because that's a re-release, it was Immortal Phoenix Rising back in 2020.
That I actually
enjoyed that game.
Like, that was good,
really good.
but that only came about because they were trying, like, they got absorbed in the mythology from Odyssey, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and they wanted to do more with it, and so they pretty much cut out everything they learned and made a game that was fun about Greek mythology. That was pretty fucking
it was basically
awesome.
Breath of the Wild, but Greek.
Yeah, and that was brilliant.
And, okay, so these are the games that's come out since then. So, you got Far Cry 6 in 2021. You also had Riders Republic, Just Dance 2022, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Extraction.
Oh, actually, I played Extraction, and if they didn't absolutely forget about doing anything about game a week after releasing it, that could have been fucking fun. I actually had a good time playing that.
Was that one where, like, everything was diseased?
Yeah. Well, it was meant to be almost a story mode of Rainbow Six, where they had all the characters from that, and you had to go through, and they were either aliens or a disease or whatever the fuck it was, and if you failed, then the character you played at was trapped, and you had to go and rescue that player to be able to play him as again. I enjoyed the mechanic of it. It was fun, but fuck me, it was broken.
Yeah. Then they did Roller Champions in 2022, Assassin's Creed Origins. Another
Origins
re-release.
was weird because Assassin's Creed to me was always the parkour generator. You're running around climbing roofs, and it was so empty.
Yeah,
it was like maybe three little houses.
That was a re-release of Assassin's Creed Origins. I was like, that doesn't look right. No way an Origins came out. And
because it was Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla.
Yeah,
because I enjoyed Origins.
They did the
Origins
next gen re-release of Origins in 2022. So they remade a game in 2022.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it got a re-release.
I know, right? Then Rocksmith Plus, Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, Just Dance 2023 edition, and then we're, like, waiting for content. So most of the games they did were nothings, got abandoned, or was a remake.
Yeah.
Yeah. They haven't done anything original in a while, let's be honest.
And the games that people want are the games that keep pushing back. There was once a call for fucking Skull and Bones. Beyond Good and Evil is completely gone off the fucking radar. Anything...
I saw that.
Beyond Good and Evil 2 is now the longest in development game, having finally eclipsed Duke Nukem.
Oh, wow. Fuck.
That's not a claim to fame.
That's not a title you want.
Wants,
no one wants that crown. Why are you doing that?
And the Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake is currently MIA.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to see that one.
Why can they not get a game out the fucking door? Like, what's holding them up for this? Really?
No, they can get games out the door as long as it's Just Dance. They've already released 2023.
Whatever studio is doing Just Dance,
no, they do the thing where you release the edition in the previous year for the next year. Yeah. So that was released in November 2022.
But the Mario Rabbids game, they're fucking great. Or the first one. I haven't played the second one, but it was absolutely phenomenal. I love that game. Yeah. And they pump out another fucking Just Dance like EA does fucking sports games. Every year you get another piece of trash with fucking streamer fuel. It may as well be on fucking Twitch in the fucking bathtubs fucking section. I don't know what the fuck else they can do. they've got fucking good studios. They've done some great fucking games. They have some really good IPs. How the fuck are they dropping the ball like this? Really?
Why aren't they just using them? Like, just fuck it. I really wanted a Prince of Persia remake because I want to go back and play those games.
Yeah.
And a graphical update would be fucking amazing.
Or go back through and do a Splinter Cell collection. Like, release 3 or 4 games with just a 4K overhaul. I don't care. I just want to play the fucking game.
I mean, technically, they still have Splinter Cell on the cards. It just is completely TBA.
No, well, that was Splinter Cell VR, and that's all about beta bands.
They have another one.
Oh yeah, because they did a tweet of they showed the Splinter Cell goggles, and that's about as much as we fucking know.
Yeah.
Which
they pretty much just said, we are gonna do it. When? Who fucking knows? Is it gonna even be Sam Fisher? Maybe, dunno.
But like, I swear they are just out in the middle of the woods right now, digging their own grave. It's so strange to watch them slowly burn.
It's a bunch of other companies just looking at it going, tasty IPs. When can we have?
The vultures are circling, because when they put out thing, we're not looking for anyone to buy. It's like, you don't have to look. They're coming to you at this point. They're just lowballing the offers. That's what you're pissed off about.
Yeah.
They're not going to survive.
And you're trying to make it sound like, oh no, we're a good and healthy company. We're making things. It's fine. And you're not. You're hemorrhaging.
Well, since they announced these latest fucking like game cancellations and everything else, like their stock price has dropped again massively. So anyone that does want to look at them is just going to get them fucking cheaper and cheaper. And at this point, it's going to be EA who'll take the IPs and then gut the company.
And then they'll gut the IPs.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Something like that, yeah.
I don't want EA to get a hold of them. Like, I don't want them to have better IPs because EA is going to fuck them.
If anything, it'll probably be Sony. It'll probably buy them up.
I can deal with Sony taking them because they're not horrible with games.
Yeah, but they'll put them exclusive on PlayStation.
Yeah, that is true.
Well, like, yeah, for the whole fucking...
Maybe Microsoft will swoop in like, this is ours!
Well, I don't know if they really can at the moment until Sony buys another one that jumps up their IP rate. But, yeah, something needs to happen. Because, like,
No, what we need, Disney will swoop in and take them. This is ours now, we need a game studio.
They do have a Star Wars game in development, but they've also got the Avatar game, so... Let's see if either of those ever actually get released, or if they're in the next round of cancellations.
Oh, look, man... I know we're all doomsaying here, but like I genuinely don't want them to fail. Like I like some of the games they make. Like I'm actually pretty hopeful that the new Assassin's Creed will be good, Mirage, because they're going back to doing one city, and I'm like, yes, a focused less is way better than Valhalla's bloated more.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful for that.
I think the only reason we're doomsaying is because there's not a lot of fucking positivity. Like, there's not a lot of light at the end of this fucking tunnel for it. I mean, it's hard to be fucking
There
positive.
is light in the tunnel, but we can also hear the train horn, and that's the scary part. Like,
apparently, like, it's been fixed, because I was talking to a friend who was playing it recently, but, like, up until the last set of DLC started coming out for Valhalla, there was still a game-breaking bug in a previous DLC you had to pay for that made it unfinishable.
Yeah. Like,
It's just like, what are you doing?
Honestly, I just want them to go back to some of their early IPs and bring them to, like, the new generation. For the love of God, please. Something.
Like,
honestly, Prince of Persia. I do want more of that, or a redo. Just reboot that franchise. For fuck's sake.
I wouldn't mind seeing them try to do something new, but the last time they tried to do something new, they did that cel-shaded one, and people didn't like it. They just wanted them to go back to Warrior Within.
It was pretty
and
good.
That whole sequel, like that was Sands of Time, Warrior Within, Two Princes.
Yeah, something like that.
They just wanted him to go back to that. It's like, look, guys, look, you can HD that shit all you want, but eventually you got to make a new one.
Yeah. Or even if they just did something new entirely, like just something fresh and different instead of just making.
It's called Skull and Bones.
Yeah. Or if they just.
Well, even that wasn't new and exciting. That was meant to be a spin-off originally of Black Flag, and then they fucked it. It's just nah. It's like
The last unique IP I remember them having that was good based on what the list I have here is, would have been Immortal Phoenix Rising or the Mario's Rabbids thing.
Yeah, and when that Mario Rabbids thing was first announced, I thought, oh, fuck, this is going to be terrible. I have no hope for this. And then
I was looking at it going, like, how did fucking Nintendo let him do this? Like, what are you doing, Nintendo, you idiot? And then it was like, oh, wait, this game's amazing.
Yeah.
Actually, complete tangent, but the same kind of thing happened recently with a movie, which was the Puss in Boots movie. I saw that announced, I'm like, this is gonna be shit, but everything I've seen looks fucking amazing.
Yeah, I've seen it. I actually watched it on the weekend. It actually ended up being a pretty good time. I think we're going to have a chat about it next week when someone other than me's seen it.
Yeah, pretty much. I'll watch it when I this afternoon, or I'll go over and see it at some point.
I'll try to get around to watching it during the week.
But I want to be surprised. I don't want a studio to die. And like, we know people. Like, we went to a games development college. We know what it's like in that industry. It fucking sucks, and losing your job sucks. However
fucking
you want to slice it. So I don't want. I think Ubisoft owns like 3 or 4 studios these days.
Yeah,
I don't want all these people to lose their jobs, but like, guys, make something good.
Yeah, well, at least like something focused. For like, open world games are everywhere, and they always feel empty because they've just had to spread themselves so thin to get a bigger map. It's like I don't want a huge map. I would like to be able to like just explore a very detailed small one. Like Stray was amazing for that.
A really good example would be comparing. I think you played and finished it. I know you have because you gave the end poll.
Yeah.
Compare the 2 new God of Wars, God of War and God of War Ragnarok. I actually have a lot of problems with the amount of open space and exploring the game expects me to do in Ragnarok. Because it'll take you into an area, you'll leave it, you do all your exploring, you'll leave, you'll come back later with a little change, and it'll be like, go re-explore it. I don't remember where anything is anymore, you freaking idiot.
Yeah.
Compare that to the first God of War, where a lot of that stuff is contained around the Lake of the Nine.
Yeah.
Which you can see the things you want to go look at, and as the game progresses and it reveals more, like, Jormungandr moves and more of the lake drains revealing more stuff, you are always coming back to this central area. You're always being reminded of where the new thing is, and you already saw it once and are like, ooh, it's changed, I want to go look at it.
Yeah.
You're not expected to just remember in this random zone where the thing that your new equipment can access is.
Pretty much.
That's dumb. It was so annoying that it wanted me to just remember and go find it again. I don't wanna. I want to play the fucking game and get the plot moving.
Yeah. Like, the hub world should be full of exploration things. That's fine. And then when you go to a different world, you keep that shit linear. You don't want to have to deal with it.
And they didn't do that with Ragnarok. They also did some stuff that I thought was weirdly redundant. Like, you go to Helheim and with Atreus and Thrun, and you let Graham out. And then you immediately go back with Atreus and Kratos to kill Graham.
Yeah.
So you back-to-back gone to the same place. What?
Yeah, it was a very strange... Like, I still enjoyed the game, but there were some very strange decisions there.
Look, I liked the game more than I didn't like the game, but its bloat was the problem. If it had just, like, cut half of the game out, I probably would have liked it more. I'm getting really sick of these games being like, we're 60 hours. Can you be 30? It'll probably be a better 30.
Pretty much. Like, I want condensed and I want good. I want quality over, like, just time spent in a game.
I think, like
it's...
The bloat on maps is just fucking out of fucking proportion now. Like, again, fucking Ubisoft, they just jammed way too much filler in Valhalla. I never played Far Cry 6 because I had no interest in the story, the characters, or fucking anything to do with it. But apparently it's much the same.
It wasn't good.
Like, 5 was fucking pushing it for me. It was like, I'm fucking done here.
That's fair.
And they need to go back to a focused, enjoyable experience without fucking either jamming microtransactions down your fucking throat or filling the world with that much shit. I can't be fucked. There's too much to do.
If I want to rock around a giant map and waste time, I will play an MMO.
Yeah.
And I'm literally doing that now with Guild Wars 2. Like, just running around, exploring things, because it's pretty.
And you haven't even gone to the expansion packs yet, dude.
Yeah.
You are in for a treat.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Like, I've been doing the main story almost reluctantly because I've been like, I want to go and explore things. It's like, oh wait, I have to do this to get more things. Okay.
But, yeah. Biggest thing about that, you buy it once and you've got it. That's it.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Hell, I mean, like, I think we brought this up on a previous episode. Like, the whole base game is free.
Yeah. Fucking
The
oath.
entire base game is free, and the expansions are like combined $40.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Like-
we're not talking a big outlay to play this, like, honestly fantastic
And
MMO.
the amount of
Really-
content that's in the base game of it is like, holy fuck, there is a pretty decent sized map and you can do a lot of shit. It's pretty fucking
Like,
cool.
I wanted to hardcore push it over, like, a couple weekends and just want to get the core game done and get back to the expansion content. And it, the thing you gotta get is I go through games like fucking potato chips. I can chew out a game and have it done in, like, a day if I really wanna, or maybe a weekend. And this took multiple weekends to get through the base game.
Yeah.
Let alone the living world or even touching an expansion pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fucking game, and they're giving that out for free. Let alone if you throw them the $40 for the
Yeah.
expansions.
Like, it's literally like the first taste is free, and what a fucking taste it is. Like,
Oh.
It's more like have this banquet. Would
Yeah.
you like a side banquet if you
Yeah.
feel like it?
how are you for
Would you like
dessert?
dessert
Yeah.
now? Like, yeah, it's just, and that's what the expansions feel like. It's
Yeah.
just a wonderful thing on top.
Here are
And-
your sides. Here's your mac and cheese. Here's your fucking spud
Yeah.
bake. Here's here's a
But,
side
I
of bacon.
don't want that from just a generic sitting down kind of game. Like,
No.
I don't want that. I would like a concise story driven thing, or condensed and directional, that kind of stuff. If I want to fuck off and wander, I have a thing for that.
Or you have to make the wandering more interesting.
Yeah.
I think the two best examples of that are Red Dead Redemption 2, because a lot of the wandering you can do in that is to see scenic landscapes, to find hidden content, or you're traveling with the actual other characters who are all having conversations
Yeah.
and enriching the team and the characters and the world through their discussions. Or two, and I'm gonna go back to it, Black Flag.
Yeah.
Fuck didn't like riding around on your boat listening to sea
Oh,
shanties.
fucking oath.
Oh, that was amazing.
That- just-
I honestly spent a lot of time riding around ignoring the plot just because I
Like-
wanted to listen to a shanty.
Like, the sailing combat wasn't all that great, but I spent so much more time in that fucking boat simply to listen to the stories, the shanties,
Yeah.
it had brought so much fucking life to it. Like, that
And it
was
had this
fucking
wonderful
brilliant.
feeling of like you could hear all the rigging in the boat
Yeah.
making the
Yes.
creaky noises. It was this whole atmospheric moment that made traveling between the actual content zones, which they were spread apart. Black Flag's map was big,
Yeah.
but if you moved all of those continents together, it was quite small.
Pretty much. And the interesting thing for me was, like, I didn't like the fighting much on the water. But once you got to that point where you disabled the boat, then you have to board them. Fuck, that was fun.
Yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
enjoyed that so much. Like, it was great. But there were times where I was going somewhere for a mission, and I would be pulling into the port, and then they'd start a shanty I like. So like, oh, no, we gotta go around the block.
Yep.
Just do a couple laps of the island.
I was just doing laps around islands until they finished. I'm like, I ain't interrupting this shanty. Screw you. I had to actually fight to get this shanty to start with, and it's fucking boss.
But, like, even when they did do a DLC for Black Flag, you pretty much started out with another base level ship as a different character, and to build it up, like, where you had to get crew members, you were literally rescuing slaves, like people that were going to be sold for slavery. It added a whole nother, like, bit extra to it. It's like, this is really fucking cool. Like, it was just a different take on the same thing, and I enjoyed it just as much as the original. And but they seem to have lost that fucking way.
They lost the soul of Skull and Bones, from what I can see, because they've seen this as a cash grab. It's like, ooh, they liked this. We'll give them
don't
this
know.
thing.
Look, at this point, I don't work for Ubisoft. I don't
Yeah.
have any crazy insider information. But I'll almost guarantee the only reason Skull and Bones sees the light of day is they've had it in development for too long, and they've got to recoup something.
Yeah.
It's the sunken cost fallacy at this point. They're just sinking so much money into this thing, it's gonna be bad.
So after
And
what
at this point,
they did at Breakpoint, you're going to you'll be able to buy numbered sales. So you'll have a unique sale if you just buy this little NFT.
Yeah.
I mean, they closed down their NFT marketplace thing. The
Oh no,
What's
they put it on the
thing?
back burner. They put it to sleep, as they called it. So
okay.
they can wake it up at whenever the fuck they want. It's not gone. It's still there. So
Look, man, if we're lucky, sometime in 2023, NFTs are gonna die, and then we don't have to deal with this shit anymore.
Oh, I
genuinely
fucking
hope
hope
so.
at this point.
like,
Like,
if that many people have been burnt on them, and people still haven't learned the fucking lesson.
I know, right?
It's so very strange.
They're scams, they're rug pulls, just fucking stop already.
Yeah,
Actually,
Just fucking stop.
just quickly, speaking of people not learning their lesson, we will quickly mention YouTube and their bullshittery before we sign out
yeah.
for the day. We are just hitting an hour now, but I think we can squeeze it in. But
Look, dude, we've added an extra. We've had, I think, our longest episode, something like an hour, 25 minutes.
yeah, but this has been, what was it? Their profanity filter is now punishing people retroactively because
Yeah.
they just rolled it out fully automated without testing it. It's like,
Yeah.
why?
So if you swore in the first 7 to 10 seconds, you got the videos demonetized. Like,
And age restricted.
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
actually the big one. Because
Yes,
once it's
'cause that
age
hides
restricted,
shit.
yeah, that's where it gets hidden in the YouTube. It doesn't go up in recommendeds. It basically destroys any chance of your video ever being seen unless someone specifically sold out your channel.
well,
Like, we upload on YouTube, and I'm pretty sure everything we have is, like, age restricted, I'm guessing, because...
It's not, actually.
Oh, weird.
I've tagged it as not appropriate for children, but we've never had an age restriction put on our stuff.
That's
awesome.
good.
But that also might be because we're not partner yet. We don't have money.
Ah, yeah.
Nah.
That's a good one.
But-
we have no skin in the game.
But like, with this whole fucking Dungeons and Dragons thing, like the OGL, how many videos started with "Holy fuck"? Like,
Yeah,
you're restricted
Yeah.
then and there. Like,
pretty much.
anything that people get
there's-
cranky about and swear, like, say this is fucked, like immediately, you'll never fucking see that again. So how much
Well,
Yeah.
shit is that going to
the fact-
bury?
The problem, though, is that it's retroactive, not proactive. So,
Yeah.
Well-
like back when the rules didn't give a shit about swearing, those videos are now getting retroactively affected.
Yeah, but
despite the fact that they were made before that was all the thing.
Yeah.
yeah, but any new
And it's
video
not that hard to
out
put
there
a
is
date
still gonna-
restriction on a system.
Well, the problem is because they update the terms and conditions, everything on the site has to meet the current terms and conditions, so it fucks up a lot of shit. But like, just how many things is this? Like, they change one little thing and it has such big fucking repercussions through the whole fucking community for it. And
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if it's just one dickhead just trying to pump shit out there just to say I made an impact without fucking thinking the whole thing through, or what. But
I don't know.
Jesus.
All
I
I
think
tell
it
you-
is change for change's sake some days.
Yeah.
Like, the legal department has to prove they're useful. It's like, we'll make some changes to the terms and conditions.
I mean, I think one of the best examples of that is it's a video I'll actually link in the show notes by an Australian guy called Remy Down Under. He did a 58-minute video talking about how this all fucking went down and some bullshit to do with it. And one of the things he... damn it, my brain is fucking... I had a point.
Whilst you reboot that point, this is not the first time that YouTube has done something stupid which has fucked over their creators.
No.
Sorry, I remember what it was. In the video, he goes to explain what the current rules are for profanity and discovers that they've changed.
Yeah.
In the video where he was gonna explain it.
Yeah. Like, it's fucking dumb. Like, honestly, every time YouTube does this, it's cutting off your nose to spite your face.
Yes.
Like, they spit in the face of their creators, who are their source of revenue. Like,
No, the advertisers are. We must
True,
please
yes.
the advertisers.
Yeah.
must please the ad peoples. But I honestly, I don't understand the whole thing about swearing. I get, kids. Most people don't want to swear around kids and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but turn TV on.
But-
Like,
Yeah.
it's everywhere.
One of
It's-
my nieces is in, like, she's, like, in year 1, and I'm pretty sure she quotes a lot of stuff from Stranger Things. Like,
But, like, I don't have any kids. I don't want any kids. A lot of my
Same.
cousins have got kids, and the funniest fucking thing in the world is for that kid's first word to be fuck. So anytime
Yeah.
you're around that kid is a fuck, fuck, fuck. Oh my god, they said it. That's gold. That is funny
and
as
no
shit.
one cares.
No.
The only people who are going to complain are people who have nothing better to complain about.
Yeah. well, I'm offended for someone else, then fuck off. You're not offended for
Yeah.
anyone. Go away.
So I don't like your swearing. Well, fuck you.
I don't
That
like
was
your
always
face.
going to be the
I'm
response.
offended by your face. You need to hide that thing.
Yeah. Exactly. It's just a very strange
It's
thing.
a big thing right now where a lot of content creators are having trouble dealing with YouTube. It's pushed Patreon even harder.
Yeah.
There's a big problem right now between YouTube streaming and Twitch, where Twitch does some things right and some things wrong, and then YouTube does the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Where the things that Twitch is doing wrong, they're doing right, but the things Twitch is doing right, YouTube's doing wrong. So there's no good home. You can't live stream somewhere where everything works. You can't post your videos anywhere where you're going to get some profit off it.
Yeah.
Hell, profit... Oh, no, wait, fuck. There was a bigger thing they did recently. Shit. Basically, they've done a thing where YouTube can essentially go, okay, if we decide to unmonetize a video, we can take our money back.
What?
Wait, what?
Oh, I'm going to have to fucking find it now.
What the
So
fuck?
not only are they saying, like, you can't monetize further, they're saying, whatever money you did make, we're going to take. Is that...
Well, from like, listen to that.
They
It's
can.
like,
It's not
okay,
saying they
we
are,
approve this
but-
content. We're going to pay you money for it. And then later down the line, going, oh no, we now don't approve of that content. You have to give us that money back. That's
See,
very
yeah.
much takesy backsy.
Now,
That's
here's the thing: if they go, we're gonna take this money back from X video, and you've already taken all the money out of your YouTube account, they'll then go, okay, cool. So on the next video, you're at a negative.
oh,
So you have to accrue
Wow.
that money again until before we will pay you.
No. Fuck you.
like at,
That's a dick move.
at that point, like if I'm already in a negative, I'm going to burn every other fucking video and then shut down my account when I'm in a big fucking negative.
Mate, I will go for a high score at
Oh,
that
fucking
point.
oath! Like,
If I hit a negative, I'm going to find out what the top number is.
oh yeah, the last video on that account is what will my score be, and then I will burn
Yeah.
that one.
So new lowest score. Let's get this
fucking
going.
oath, like, you could have speedrunners doing that. That would be a whole new fucking portion of speedrunning websites.
I would stream that.
Fucking
that
oath.
I'd make money off that then.
It's the video done by Lewis Rossman, where he points out how the new TOS for YouTube's going to work.
He does some
It's
good
fucked.
shit.
It's fucked.
He does some
Yeah,
really
it
good
is.
videos.
Yeah, sorry. I was just thinking about it like, man, this is all fucked with advertising. Oh, wait, there's a worse thing that's happening with YouTube right now.
Honestly, there are entire channels on YouTube that make money simply by pointing out how fucking stupid YouTube is.
Yeah.
Like, it's amazing. It's just, I don't understand why they do it. Look,
Yeah.
if you look after your content creators and nurture them properly, which they don't do, then you would get a return from that.
Yeah.
But no.
But this is why people are like, you've got to push your Patreon, you've got to find
Fucking
other
oath.
revenue sources.
Yeah.
You can't rely on YouTube. YouTube's getting to the point where it is literally going to steal your money back from you.
This is
Yeah.
why you have to push your OnlyFans.
Honestly, I'm expecting
Gotta sell them
OnlyFans to
feet pics.
start branching out into streaming for gaming and that kind of stuff in a hard
Well, they've
way.
already tried to.
wouldn't
Like,
surprise.
that was what it was originally meant to be for. So for bands and
it was meant to
fucking
be for
chefs and shit.
like music and that
Yeah.
kind of stuff, and that content still exists on OnlyFans. It's
Yeah.
still, and it thrives there.
So could you imagine? I'm a chef on OnlyFans. There's only one thing anyone's gonna fucking think of. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you can see more of my content on OnlyFans. Like, what do you do with that spatula?
And now the flip. But I swear to God, we just need a third party because, like, was it the open source social media stuff, Mammoth?
Yeah. That was the open source version of Twitter.
Yeah.
But even
I'm
that-
waiting for them to branch into streaming of some kind, and you just lock it behind an 18+ wall.
Of
Like,
the old,
you will
everyone,
get.
Everyone said for Twitch, why don't they just have an 18+ section? Like,
Yeah.
why not just do that? Like, you can already fucking stream on other adult sites. Like,
Yeah.
Pornhub already has their own fucking streaming section. Like,
Yeah.
And it's mostly Minecraft.
I know. It's
Yeah.
fucking weird.
Which is fucking great. Like, honestly,
Or repeats
it's
the B
apparently
movie.
better.
Or Shrek.
Yeah. Or Shrek. Apparently, it is. They have better licensing and better like money rates than YouTube or anywhere else, and they are a less toxic environment. Strangely enough,
Yeah.
like when
I
that's
still
happening.
love that. What was it? That statistic they put out that when Fallout 4 came out, they saw a 10% dip in users.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They tracked their own game came out. All right, all the nerds are up doing something else.
their hands are busy with other things.
It's interesting that only 10% of the user group are fucking nerds.
Yeah.
It was more okay, but the thing you got to remember, it's a 10% dip on a website that gets like hundreds of millions
yeah.
of hits.
Oh yeah. No, weirdly enough, is the fact that they sell merch. Who is out there wearing Pornhub hoodies?
The same people that
Who
buy,
is doing this?
the same
The
people
same
that
people
buy,
with Pornhub stickers on their laptops.
or that buy fucking
Yeah.
fake taxi stickers to put in the back of their car. Like,
Yeah.
holy fuck, there are several of them driving around town. I was like, oh my god,
Jesus
who the
Christ.
fuck would want one of those on their car? But it is funny as hell, Jesus.
No, the scary thing is when you see that right next to an Uber rating. That's
Or you see that next to the fucking stick figure family. It's like, oh, that's a whole nother section. I don't want to see that fucking
Fuck.
channel.
Yeah.
that
Right,
should not cross
That's
over.
it. That's it. I'm pulling the chute on this episode. We're running out an hour,
Hang on,
10
there-
minutes.
There's one last thing we need to do before the end of the episode.
All right.
And congratulations, this is fucking 52.
Oh shit! It is too.
Yeah. Shit.
We
We've done it.
can't
We've done
forget
it.
another milestone. Fuck.
For those that are still fucking
We did it.
listening,
We made it a year.
we've survived
We
a
missed
fucking
42.
year.
We can't miss this one. Like we done well.
Yeah.
For three guys who basically have undiagnosed ADHD, the fact that we've stuck with this for a year,
We need at
we've
least
done
one
very
positive
well.
habit.
Yes.
I think the more impressive thing is we didn't just get to 52. We got to 52 and we only missed 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And those were because of the floods and because we took a week off over Christmas.
yeah.
That's it.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, we put out an episode every week.
Yeah. So,
And we do this purely for shits and giggles. I like annoying the hell out of you guys every Monday.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
It's definitely become a very big highlight of my week.
fucking oath. Like the only reason I look forward to Mondays or the whatever days we fucking manage to do it, it's the highlight of the fucking week, really.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
for whatever listeners that we have that stick with us, thanks. Cheers. You've made our bullshit
do have
enjoyable.
we do have some bigger plans for the next year or so of the podcast. We do have some plans in the works that we want to start working on. Definitely doing a lot more streaming. We've got some we're working with some artists on some projects, which hopefully will turn into some very interesting things in the future.
Yeah.
I'm definitely working on some better workflow to get the editing and upload process done. I'm good at getting the episode out, but the YouTube's still a bit hit and miss. I'm working on that. As Swoosh pointed out, the undiagnosed ADHD is a problem.
Look, we have a bunch of squirrels masquerading as people.
Yeah.
It's amazing we get anything
It's
done.
not just three
Yeah.
squirrels in a trench coat. It's 3 squirrels, several cats, and any animal you can find, and you're trying to guide
At
them.
least one raccoon trying
Yeah.
to conduct them all like
Yeah.
a conductor.
And
Like,
there's-
come on, over here now.
There's trash in one direction, a mud pit in another. There's fucking berry. It's over there. We're fucking all over the shop.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're
I mean,
different
the fact
flavors
that-
of it, so we kind of work, we
Yes.
gel well together.
I still can't believe we just this should one point out how much more we're passionate about the fucking D&D thing that we've got. We started the episode with we gotta start with D&D, not hey guys, we made it to 52.
Yeah.
We're about to
Look
end
at-
it. Like, hang on, this was a year. Oh fuck! Shit! I need to mention that.
At some point, we should do like a mini episode of us just going through and actually looking at the metrics we have, because we've never really looked at that, because we've never wanted to. We
Or
do this
just
for fun.
release a special
I
episode of all
don't
the
want to
noises
do
that
that. I
Seth cuts
don't
out.
want to.
Yeah.
What?
Release a special episode as just the noises that Seth cuts out. That are like,
Oh, the unedit.
Oh yeah, the
all
unedited.
the
done.
mouth noises. Before I got a mic, the squeaking grunt and suction.
Oh,
No, no.
The lip slaps were just
Oh,
like.
yeah.
No,
Like- it's like-
I swear, if we ever get round to making a Patreon, that will have to be the reward
Oh, yeah.
in that thing. The unedited
yeah,
is
the,
just
the one
that's what
reason
you get.
no
That's
one
the
will
tier.
want to put anything into it is like, no, I don't want it. I'm not going to pay anything into that. Fuck off.
The weird thing is guaranteeing The internet is full of strange people. Someone will want this.
I don't know. We could find out, $5 tier, get the unedit. $10
Yeah.
tier to make the unedit not happen.
Yes. Vote with your money.
50 cents to be sent it, 5 cents to never be sent it.
Alright, but we are seriously getting up to like 15 minutes past usual end time. So I think we're done for this week.
Fair.
Congratulations on 52, guys. We did it.
Well done.
Yay!
Yay!
Everyone listening out there, we are so happy you joined us for these 52 episodes, and hopefully you'll join us for another 52.
Yeah.
Here's to hoping.
Have a good one, people.
Enjoy.
See ya.